Xander, what's up, buddy? What do you got for me tonight?
Nothing much. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Awesome. Good. So I have a situation you were talking about, like men betraying men earlier. So I have an ex that says the mother of my child, my daughter, lived with her, and she cheated on me with a friend of mine who now beats her. So, and I'm in Texas, and Texas has Penal Code 22.06, mutual combat. Should I initiate a fight with this guy underneath that penal code to get him to leave for the protection of both her and my daughter?
Okay, so let me see if I understand this correctly. So your ex, you have a daughter with her. She's living with a guy that's physically abusive to her and your child.
Not my child,
To
just
her,
her. But I'm worried about it
which could escalate to your
translating over
child.
to her.
How old's your daughter?
She just turned 2 in December.
Yeah, one of the biggest risks for children, especially little girls, is non-blood relatives living in that same house.
Mhm.
Girls that like moms that make bad choices and bring losers like this into the house expose your kid to significant risk, anything from physical abuse to sexual abuse.
Mhm.
You need to have a conversation with your kid's mom about shit like this. She's not going to want to hear it. She's going to, oh, don't worry about it, I got it under control. Look, man, if you date enough women and they start telling you about their childhood and their growing pains, you hear a lot of stories about stepbrothers and stepfathers abusing, whether physically or sexually, when they were growing up. Setting that aside, sorry, so what's this Texas penal code? So what is this, like a duel? Like you challenge them to a duel?
Exactly. It's fist against fist, with no intention of serious bodily harm. It's basically like, hey, if y'all want to have a fist fight, you can,
Mhm.
as long as you both agree to this penal code. No legal repercussions. Nobody can go to jail. So I would print it off, have us both sign it, and
That's interesting. So it's like a boxing match,
yeah, essentially,
except for you're probably bare knuckle fighting him.
yes.
Um, I don't know that I like that.
I don't know if I like it either. But this particular guy, I've known him since I was in high school, and that's pretty much the only thing that he responds to.
Is he a
Uh,
mooch? Is he a mooch? Like, is he living off her, or is she living off him?
Uh, he actually lives on his own somewhere, but
Uh-huh.
before that, he actually was cheating on his girlfriend when he didn't have a job with uh my ex.
Why
So
doesn't your ex just change the locks in the house and just get rid of him?
she doesn't want to get rid of him. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. So she's an idiot then, basically.
That's a little bit of an understatement. I
Do you
mean,
have do you have shared custody of your kid?
there is no custody in place. We just have a verbal agreement. I get her every single weekend, and just about every weekend I go over there, his truck is there, his bike is there.
I mean, this is a problem for your kid more than anything. I wouldn't worry about
Yeah.
the kid's mom because she's going to do what she's going to do, and she clearly doesn't make very intelligent choices. So that's not going to change. Um, what I would be aiming at doing is getting more time with the kid and maybe even having custody of the kid, because if she's not with this douchebag that's beating her or like doing whatever it is that he happens to be doing, she's just going to replace him with another douchebag.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
women that make these bad choices with men that they select that they want to invite in their lives, they tend to do it over and over again, right? And at some point your kid's going to get caught up in the crossfire. Now, do you want to challenge him to a duel and fight him? Go for it if you want, but like, what are the outcomes? He beats the living shit out of you. You walk away with your tail between your legs. You beat the living shit out of him. He walks away with his tail between the legs. You beat the crap out of each other. It doesn't matter. People are going to get beat,
Yeah.
right? How old are you?
Turned 31 in March.
Do you know how to fight?
A little bit, yeah.
Does he know how to fight?
That one I don't know. He's he's kind of this guy that tells a lot of stories, and I don't really know the validity of all of them. Um, so I really don't know. But with the way that he boasts about it, kind of insinuates that he doesn't really know how to.
See, I mean, the problem with this is it's kind of simpy behavior because you're trying to protect the honor of Milady, right? Like the main reason why you're, and why? Because she's behaving like an idiot. Like, why does she even have this guy in her life? Would be the first question I'd be like, why would you fight a guy that's banging your ex, lives in the house with her, and she doesn't want to get rid of him? Like, what's the point of that? Like, what is the best possible outcome here? The best possible outcome is you win and you send him off with his tail between his legs, and probably nothing will change. The worst is that he beats the living crap out of you and embarrasses you, and he's now the dominant alpha gorilla here.
My thought process, it wasn't even necessarily about my ex. It was just the fact of violence seems like the only thing that he responds to. And
well, violence is a solution, but it should be a last ditch type of solution. Yeah. What other avenues can you go down to get rid of this loser and get him away from your daughter? Because it's not about your ex-girlfriend, it's about getting him away from your daughter.
Yeah. So I actually do have a business idea that if I can get it going, it'll gross $800K a year, net 600. If I can get that going, then I will have the financial ability to hire whoever I want and just be able to just take my daughter, no question to ask, because she's in no position. She lives, I'm pretty sure, in is what's considered Section 8 housing now, governmental housing. The fact of this dude is abusive, and there's actually a CPS case open right now because somebody.
Why did you guys part ways? Why aren't you together with your kid's mom?
Why am I not?
Yeah, why are you not with her?
Oh, because I was an over-the-road truck driver, and this guy was one of my friends, and she was cheating on me with him while I was on the road. And it came to a head 3 days before my birthday of last year, when I got a call at 2:00 in the morning. This guy threatened our landlord, and he evicted us, and that was where we split up.
Well, do you remember at the start of the show we were talking about friends, and this guy was a friend of yours? This guy is not only the kind of guy that beats women, but he's also the kind of guy that bangs your girlfriend while you're driving on the road.
Very, very weak-minded.
Yeah. So a lot of all of this, like the root of a lot of all these problems starts with you, my friend. Like if you have to get to the point where your only option is to challenge the guy to a duel and violence is the only way that you think that you can solve this, like you've arrived here today, like the results that you have right now in your life with this crazy ex, with this ex-friend of yours that's now banging your ex and around your daughter a lot, a woman that you have a child with that you don't see as much as you'd like to, and your best response to all of this is let's challenge him to a duel. You have to have better options, right? I mean, like the beliefs that you're using to make these choices to get these results aren't really working for you. The thing that you can control is yourself here. You can't control your ex and who she chooses. You can't control your ex. You know, she banged this guy. Your friend's a piece of shit. You know, he's banging your girlfriend while you're on the road. Like, you just take all of these ingredients, you put them in a blender, and you turn on the blender, and you've got a shit shake. Right? And I mean, a lot of this all starts with you and leveling yourself up and putting yourself in a better position so that you're not dealing with shit women, so that you're not dealing with shit friends that'll bang your girl, right? So you're not dealing with women that'll bang your best friend, right? Women that can look up to you and see you as their best option, so they're not going to run around like this. Everything else is just temporary. Like everything else that you're talking about is just a Band-Aid.
Talking about the fighting?
Yeah. It's all just a Band-Aid, man. Like the self-improvement, like working on yourself is where you need to go. It's a longer term plan, and it's a longer term plan. It's a much longer term plan, but it's what needs to happen here so you don't end back up in the same scenario. Because in 12 months, you could be having the same conversation. Got a new girl. We knocked her up. She cheated on me when I was on the road. She's banging another friend of mine. You're going to end up in the same boat again, right? I'd be asking questions like, why did I choose a chick that would bang my friend? Why did I have a friend in my inner circle that would bang my girl? Why is this guy abusive to women? Like, why am I hanging around guys that beat women? Right? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But duel is your only option. Challenge him to a duel is your only option at this stage. But you've got to make better choices going forward.
Yeah. It was actually this particular incident that actually full on red pilled me. And I read your book, the the Unplugged Alpha, and going through the red flags chapter. Yeah, she ticked a lot of boxes on that.
Do you have any social services that you can call on as a father, child protective services? I've got concerns, this guy, because he's beating the mother, could potentially beat my child. Do you have any recourse there with public services?
Well, I know I kind of said it as a little statement earlier, but there is actually a CPS, Child Protective Service, case open right now because somebody reported, I'm not sure who, that he was beating on her, and so they were worried about the kids as well. So there's already a case open with that too.
I would definitely build on that too. Make it difficult for him. Make it difficult for her.
Well, the thing I'm worried about with making it difficult for her is her knowing that I'm trying to make it difficult for her, and then her just going down to not district attorney, the place where these women go for child support and all that kind of stuff, and make it to where that I'm just not able to see my daughter at all. And just because, in America, women have more support in that than guys.
But I mean, like, you work though, like you've got an income.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, do you have a custody schedule, like you seeing the kid?
Like I said, we had the verbal agreement where I get her every weekend.
Well, look, I mean, like, verbal agreements aren't the best. You want something a little bit more enforceable. You want a little bit more of a precedent, right? Like, you want something that's more like in writing, obviously.
Yeah.
Take your daughter whenever you can. Offer, I've got some spare time this weekend. Why don't you go and do whatever you got to do, things you got to catch up on. I'll take her to Chuck E. Cheese and, we'll do some stuff together, daddy-daughter sort of night. Like, take those opportunities. That's a better use of your time, in my opinion, than challenging the man to a duel. But if that's all you got, then that's what you got, right?
That was the most quickest thing that I could think of because of how unlevel or unequal the legal system is as far as like family law goes.
Well, if you're going to do it, make sure you win, man. Make sure you enter that realm of combat with a strong position and, the ability to win it. Make sure you know what you're doing, because fighting it's not something to be taken lightly, man.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I came on here and asked.
Look, like, honestly, man, take a good look at yourself and ask yourself, beliefs, choices, results. Beliefs lead to choices that you make every day. Choices will lead to the results that you got. You have an internal belief somewhere that led you to believe that she would be a good choice to sleep with, to put a baby in, to start a relationship with. You made a choice at some point based on your beliefs that you hold true, to allow this guy to be your friend, to introduce him to your girl, maybe hang out together at some point, invite him over for a barbecue. Like, you've held these beliefs within yourself to drive to choices that have gotten you the results that you're at today. This is the part of the universe that you can control the best, is your belief system. Fixing your belief system and making better choices will avoid these kinds of results in the future. Just step back and look at it from that perspective. All right?
Yeah.
All right, Zaner, good luck with that. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.